Hey guys, welcome back to Benos Esther Malka's channel. On today's session, we are going to unbox Azul. If you have Azul, whether it's this one, Summer Pavilion, or any other types of Azul, give me a thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to, again, thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell because we are here to share ways that you can make fun learning in your classroom. So, quick overview, quick reminder. We're going to start off with an unboxing, so you will see the actual contents pieces. Then we're going to do a game review and a gameplay, so you will actually see the game and see if it's right for your classroom. And we're going to finish with an actual my opinion. So Azul, as you can see here, it's a relatively larger box. It is beautiful. Art piece alone, just pop it on your shelf. We pop it here. If you've actually been following me on Instagram, I've done a few shelfies featuring Azul. And if you're not following me, why not? Links below. So anyway, beautiful on the shelf just for that reason alone. Look at that. Look how pretty. Sideways, forward, beautiful game. So what's inside? First, we have the instructions. I have to give thumbs up. I mean, I go through so many games, so many reviews as you've seen through my channel. Reading through instructions to me is the most really make or break a game. There was one game I actually didn't review because the instructions were way too overwhelming and I never got to play it. I'm sorry. But anyway, Azul, super simple instructions and just as pretty as the box. Next, you have the game pieces. They are double-sided. So you're actually getting two games in one. How cool is that? So you have the front side, which is color-coded, and this is the actual part of the game. This is more of an abstract game. Just if you're new to games, you're actually tiling the king's bathroom. I never really got that part, so didn't really play much of a role in our game. And then for those who are more advanced in Azul or just want a different challenge, you have the blank side. Different rules. Not going to discuss it now, but just so you know, you are getting two games in one. So if you want a game that really lasts with you and more for your money, this one is totally worth it. So up to 4 players. Next, we have the one tile, which you'll find out more in the game review. You have your scoring tokens, which it's another thing. You score as you play. Love that feature. And they're just simple wooden tiles. They're small. Just if you have kids, keep that in mind. You have the features here are just, they keep getting better and better. Check this out. They have the tiles in here, which I'll get to in a minute, but the tiles get stored in this bag. So they're not flying all over the place. It's super simple to store. You can ask for anything more. The tiles are just as pretty as the box and board. They are a sturdy type of plastic or acrylic or something. I don't know much about materials, I'll be honest, but they're nice, they're attractive, and the kids love it. So here's just a sample stack of tiles. And I'll show you, you can see they fit really nicely in this bag. So, love that feature. And the last part of the game is, of course, these factory tiles, which you'll learn about in the game review. And the last thing I want to show you is the actual game inset, because to me that could really make or break the game. I would say, before I show it to you, it's fair. I don't love it, I don't hate it. It works so well for me. As you can see here, I'm just going to show you. The factory tiles sit in here. And I store them sideways and they do not fall out. So I love that. And then you put the tiles in here and they fit really nicely. We keep these in the one tile up here just because it always gets lost and who wants to search hundreds of tiles for the one. And then last but not least, these just kind of lay on top. I just didn't flatten out the bag. So storing it is pretty nice. So let's go to the table and actually do a gameplay. Before we play Azul, it's important to go through all the pieces, components, and set it up. So the first piece that everybody needs is the game board. As you could see here, there are 2 sides to the game board. The first side is the easy side. You have all the colors over here. It's all set up and you're kind of good to go. And the second side is for more advanced players. I am not going to do this side today, but just keep in mind if you want to challenge yourself and you've played Azul for a while, this side might be for you. So you place Azul in front of each player. So 2 players, 2 boards, 3 players, 3 boards, so on and so forth. And then you get your scoring tile. And the scoring tile you start off with goes at 0. And as you play the game or finish each round, you actually score. Next, we have this bag here. And this bag is relatively understandable. Inside are all of the Azul tiles. I'm going to actually move it for now and we'll bring it back. Next, you would place this in the center of the board. I'm going to leave it on the side just so you can see the game. Now, both of these are important. This is the number 1. We call it the negative marker. I'll get into that in a minute. And then, of course, you have the store tiles. Now, depending on how many players you're playing with, if you're playing with 2 players, you have 5 tiles, 5 factory display tiles. 3 players, you put out 7, and for 4 players, you put out all 9. So I'm going to put out 5. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this tile in the center. Now, setting up the game is really simple. I take out these pieces and I put 1, 2, 3, 4. Some people put them all out on the center, and some people go 1, 1, 1, 1, and then they go back in for more and do 2, 2, 2, 2, and so on and so forth. I'm going to be honest, my family is a bit on the impatient side in terms of we actually like to get started with the game. And so we do all 4. But those are just 2 ways. Now, once we have it set up, again, I have my board, and then I have all the display pieces over here. We are ready to play. Now, the goal of Azul is relatively simple. You want to fill up the king's bathroom. I know this is his bathroom tile. And while you do so, you want to collect as many points as possible. So, let's just say how do I get my points? I have to choose from here, whichever tile I choose. Let's say I'm going to choose this tile. It has the solid blue and the sort of flower blue. If I choose the flower blue, I take the flower blue and I'll place it on my board. If I go for this blue, I take all of them. Even if I want 1, I take all of the blue tiles and place the extras in the center. Now, let's just say I go for these 3. And I'm going to use them all up. So I put down 3 tiles over here. Now I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, so let's say I go for yellow. Let's see, on this tile I'm going to go for yellow. I take 2 yellow and I put these in the center. Now, if I want to go for the bottom rows of yellow, then I will put on the 2 yellow here. And then I will need to come up with 3 to finish it. Now, I may choose to do it this turn or not. And let's just say the next turn, I want to go for this black. Now, I have a choice. I could take the black from here because there's 1 space, or I can take it from here. If I am the first player to take the tiles from the center, I also get this piece. And this piece is positive and negative. We'll get to that in a minute. So I put my 1 black here. Now, positive, it allows me to go first next turn. Negative, as you could see here, I have negative tiles. Now, I'm just going to actually fill up the board a bit because there's a few things I want to show you. Let's say I put a blue there and I want to finish it up. Now, as you could see here, there's a bunch of negative places. So I'm going to take my last blue, put it here. Now, here's something that does drive me a little bit crazy. I have an extra blue. While I want to put it on an empty space, I can't. And now next turn, at the end, I get 2 negatives. So let's just say we play our first round of Azul. So we're going to remove all of these. Now, anything left over from this round, you play till they're all finished. Anything left over does not go back in the bag and goes on the side. And I'll tell you that in a minute. So how do I score? For each tile that I move on the board, I get a point. So, for example, I move 1 black, 1 point. I move 1 blue, 2 points. And I move another blue, 3 points. So I got 3 points. Now, if you notice over here, I didn't finish that line. So I don't get any points, and I cannot remove these 2 either. So they stay there. Now, if you look at the bottom, I got 2 negatives. -1 plus -1 is -2. So I put this back in the center, and I put that off to the side, and I move back 2 points. So this turn, I only got 3 points. So we're going to fill it up quickly. And I want to show you a few more rules. And then want to discuss how much we like this game and why. So stay tuned. And by the way, if you're Azul fans, let me know if you've played any of the other versions. All right, so I'm just going to go quickly. You get the point. I take whatever I want to take. I place it on the board. And I'm just going to keep taking tiles. And we're going to get some points here. All right, what do I want to do? Oh, I'm going to tell you why I'm going to do that in a second. Put those in the center, and you kind of get the picture. Now for the scoring, I'll tell you why I did it. Number 1, this blue here, look at that. It's touching this blue. So I get 2 points. Totally amazing. Now this black, although it's not touching anything or helping me, I chose this black, only 1 point, and I'll tell you why. On the next turns, if I go for the 3 black, the 4 black, and the 5 black, and I get all the blacks, I get a bonus 10 points. How cool is that? So next turn, I actually might want to put, oops, that's not a black. I may want to put 3 blacks here. And then I'll get 1, 2, 3 points for that. 1, 2, 3 points for that. And so on and so forth. And then the following turn, I get another black, bonus 10. But guess what? Looking at my board now, not only am I going to go for blacks, I may finish this yellow, go for the red, and guess what? I get a bonus 7. And I've actually done that before where I strategically filled up one color as well as gone for 1 or 2 lines. And oh my gosh, in one turn, I got bonus 17 points. That was just like amazing. A win right there. Now, last thing I want to point out is how do you actually end Azul? And that's really simple. The first player to successfully finish a row of cross gets a bonus 2, or anybody who does it gets a bonus 2, and the game is over. Which is totally mind-blowing because you can be so focused on tiling your wall, and just like that, one player will sneak in, finish their row without letting you know, and boom, the game is over. And like every other game, the player with the most points is the winner. Oh my gosh, so what do I think of Azul? I mean, where do I even start? I'm going to start with this. If you are not subscribed to my channel, do that now. If you don't have Azul, pause this video, click the link below, purchase Azul, and then continue. Because Azul is 1 being the best, 2 being you decide, 3 being stay away from. Azul is hands down a 1. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, every single player gets their own board to play with. So I can actually focus on my strategy and not be overwhelmed. Number 2, as an adult, I'm constantly figuring out ways to re-strategize, get myself more points, and having an internal competition. Now, for me, it is so much fun when I play with other adults. But as you know, I'm a game schooler, so I play with kids. Now, mind blown, because I play with kids and we're all playing by ourselves, guess what? A child who is first learning Azul can work on matching the tiles and just getting points. And I, let's say, scored 50 on my previous game, can work on scoring 55 or 60 points. So the child, and I have taught this to children as young as 5 years old. So the child is playing a game by themselves. I'm building my own strategies, and none of us are bored. Which brings me to the next point. Guess what? Children with processing disorders, I mean, I run a school and I have this game in my personal collection. Now, I have some children who just need the time to think each turn. Guess what? They take their tiles, and as the other children are playing, because they're playing against themselves, they could think it through, place their board, adjust their pieces, and the other children don't get frustrated by, oh, why am I waiting so long? So this game works for younger and older children. It works for special needs processing disorder children. And guess what? I haven't even gotten to the skills. First of all, decision making. How many of you, give this video a thumbs up if you're one of them, or know a child like this, sits there, what can I do? What do I want? I don't know. What are the choices? Now, that's an executive functioning skill, and that's a skill of not knowing how to make decision. Guess what? Set a timer for 10 seconds. Boom, make your decision on your turn. Teach the children to make decisions. Also, visual feedback. If I'm looking at the row with number 3, and there are a bunch of tiles open, 2 or 3, and I have to decide which one to take, I will have to look at my board, look at the center board, and make that connection, which is math, geometry, patterning. I mean, this goes on and on. So yeah, like I said, pause this video, click the link below, pick up your copy of Azul, and then don't stop there. Head over to my Instagram page, take a picture of you and your littles playing Azul, and share with us. It's at BinosiM, all links below, because we have gained so much with Azul, and I want to see how much you and your students will gain. Can't wait to see you guys next week for the next video review. Bye.